James. Oh my God,
James.
it's been
How
so
are
long.
you?
He's 30 now.
My party was amazing.
Yes, it was quite the night, to say the least. People that were there understand.
I had a
Where I'm
really
coming
good
from.
time.
Yeah.
Even though it was a messy night.
It was a real...
I can't even remember half of it. And then there was video evidence of me like popping a champagne bottle and just spraying
Yeah,
everyone.
you literally, that was the, oh my gosh. You just were just like, come on everyone. Everyone was like, no. And you're like, oh, it's faulty. And then someone gave you another one, like a fresh one. And you were like, yes, and spraying everyone. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That was Andrew.
Yeah.
That was Andrew, like getting you started.
Yeah. And then sculling the drinks. And then the next day I was a mess. And I was super doofus. Super doo.
Jeez Louise.
Felt like a little kid, you know, who's sick and is having a super duper because like they've been throwing up with something. I was so sick. I literally was so hungover. You know when you wake up and you're just dry?
Mm.
That was me. I was literally like a dry
prune.
Yeah, basically.
And me, I was pretty fucked at about 11.
I've never seen you like that.
Yeah, you've never seen me drunk.
You were drunk.
I was literally...
You were lit.
I was fucked. And then literally I just sculled. And it was at the point, it was so bad where I got up and I was like to John, because John was beside me, and I was forcing myself to spew because I could just feel it shit. I went for a shower and someone, I don't know who was there, like outside, and they're just, I'm like, what happens if someone comes in? I'll stuff it. And I started taking my clothes off, went for a shower. Then I went to your room. I could feel my head like turning, and it was scaring the shit out of me, and I couldn't actually say help to anyone. So I just sat there. And then I vomited all over your floor. I couldn't even get a bucket. Like, I was that bad, spinning in my head. And then I just fell asleep. And then Jackie came next to me, and she was then she scared me. She goes, I was pale white, and my eyes were bloodshot. And she's just like, should we call an ambulance? And I'm just like, nah, just poke me every once in a while. And so I called my parents. I'm like, look, I won't be at home. And then I just kept vomiting in the same spot, the solid corner. Woke up and the blinds were just like up. And it was a hot day, and I could smell the smell. I'm just like, I don't know how Jackie stayed in the room with me. What a trooper. Know. And then your mum came in and was like, I'm not cleaning that. And I was like, I don't expect anyone to. Like, and then I cleaned it eventually. And then I kept walking past your room. I'm just like, why is there still that disgusting smell? And it happened to be underneath your bed as well. Like, it was just, and then you were trying to give me like, I was like vomiting in front of you, but nothing was coming out. And then we were just both dead. Yeah, dry reaching to say the least.
Yeah, I was so dead that day.
We were just like, I'm like, James, this is your birthday, and look at us.
I know, it was my actual birthday, but I was like, oh, I celebrated all last night. It's all good. Yeah. And, oh my God, my actual birthday, I was just like comatose. I guess that's the word.
I was sleeping non-stop, and you're just like, Jess. And then I went home and slept for like 9 hours as well.
Yeah.
And then I had to, like, on Monday, pretend like everything was okay. And then I was like at home.
Oh, Monday was a struggle. And when I got back, I think I had to put this or that. I think it was that. I think I got this on Friday. I can't remember.
But I honestly think I recovered like yesterday, which was Thursday.
Yeah.
Properly. My head was like a bit heavy. And the thing is, I've been drinking water, electrolyte, eating my vegetables, doing everything correctly, having my dairy, the 5 things on the pyramid. And still, my head was heavy yesterday. And then today I woke up fine. And I'm like, oh, I think I've finally recovered from Saturday's. It was so bad. And then I was forcing myself to spew, and that still didn't do anything. The body just has its time to recover.
Can't force these things.
But it's put me off alcohol. I went to a friend's house.
I had 2 tonight.
Did you?
Cruises.
Oh my God, no.
I was like, yeah, why not? I was just had 2 because they're 1 standard drink.
I think it's the smell though of the spew has like put me off alcohol. Yeah. Like I can't go down like that again.
It's just remembered in your head. You were mixing everything.
I drank everything. And then Andrew came the next day and I was completely passed out on the bed. This would have been in the morning. And he comes with like your sangria and he's like, open up. I'm like, get that away from me. It was so bad. And then your mum was telling Andrew off and she's like, get out of there, Andrew. She's throwing up everywhere. Oh, I loved it though.
Classic.
Yeah.
James's 30th floral soiree.
Stuffed.
Yeah, it was a mess. Everyone was pretty cooked.
Everyone was. And like surprisingly, like a lot of people the next day I was telling James was just like, my God, I still haven't recovered and it's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, so I'm not the only one. But boy, did I look dead the next day.
Yeah.
I was watching
Everyone messaged me though, being like, I'm feeling so sick, but it was worth it. Like, such a good party. I was like, oh, thank you guys.
It was. Seeing your niece and nephew play in like a little pool, not little, it was bloody massive.
Yeah.
It's like a inflatable world you've bought them.
Yeah.
And it was just me in the corner like, and your sister and everyone was laughing. I'm like, I can't even act. It's that bad. And the heat doesn't help.
No, it's just been hot this whole week.
Yeah.
Been a hectic week. But speaking of like hectic and like intense, do you want to introduce this week's topic?
Oh, you tell them.
Okay.
You tell them.
So we're going to do a deep dive into the story of Lady Gaga and Lina. Yeah.
I've forgotten her last name after reading Magano.
Yes. I think that's right.
But yes, tragedy. I remember when this happened.
Magana.
We were in... Yeah.
Magana. Or is it Magana? No, Magana.
We were in school at the time, and I remember when this happened.
I remember it happening
and
as
Just
well.
Dance and everything. It was that moment. Yeah, I remember.
So the biggest thing I remember is I think it was actually this article that I read at the time.
What made you think of this?
So basically, to cut a long story short, one of my old co-workers, who I no longer work with, was talking to me about it, and it rang some bells in my head. I was like, oh yeah. He was talking to me about it ages ago, and I was like, yeah, because I was talking about my podcast and how we do conspiracy theories. And he's like, well, I'm just telling you, they say it's a conspiracy theory, but it's true.
It's the truth, all right?
Yeah.
I was there.
He wasn't there, but...
No, he wasn't.
Kind of interesting though, the mother, and I remember reading the story way back when, and it just kind of popped into my head, and I was like, let's discuss it. Because I kind of feel also, when you Google it, like a few things pop up, and it's mostly just about like, it's a conspiracy theory, and a lot of it tries to like dismiss it.
We should explain that they were well, they were brought together. Lady Gaga was brought together with this other girl who was with this Lina, so with this producer that put those two together. One could write music, that was Lady Gaga, the other one had the creative flair.
Yeah.
And as time went on, favoritism took place, and it would seem that fella, was shining a light on Lady Gaga and not this girl. And this then eventually that fell apart, and then she tragically lost her life, and she jumped out of her hotel or apartment window, and she passed away, sadly. And Lady Gaga became this massive thing. But yeah, it seems this story comes up every 5 years, I swear. And this happened in what, 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2008 or 2007, 1 second.
But there's like
2008,
songs.
yes, correct.
There's songs about like
an
albums worth of songs.
And that was like when we were hanging out with Chemistry
I remember.
and the Dragons. Anyway,
no, but they basically there's unproduced music that apparently Lady Gaga is holding that were apparently it was on YouTube and it was taken down or something of the sort.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a very interesting story. And then her mother came out and was just like, Lady Gaga stole her image, stole her soul, like spiritual. It got really dark. And then was taken to court. Yeah. Then
Do you think that there is a lot of comparisons?
Oh yeah.
Or do you think not?
There's heaps. But on top of that, it's just the mother went for it, like went to court and basically was just like this, this, and this. And then that producer guy went to court and was just like this, this, and this. That producer guy just seemed like he wanted money. But it just kept going on and on and on. And eventually she wasn't charged. It was just she became who she is today. A lot of comparisons. Like, good Lord, if you actually put one picture like of Lady Gaga at that age and Lina, and you're just like, this is actually mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But it seems like maybe they had the same characteristics and same flair, which is why the producer put those two together. And then Lady Gaga, being who she is, just thrived and the other one didn't. And apparently another thing that the mother said that I had read was basically like Lina's life was more tragic than Lady Gaga. So there was like a heap, but she wasn't acknowledging as well Lady Gaga's upbringing and all of that.
Yeah.
So it was just like one thing after another, but very tragic that she's lost her daughter at the end of the day. It's very sad.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, so obviously she takes her to court claiming that she stole, she takes her to court just for the material. She wants the material. She wants to remember the daughter. And she wants to know what they worked on. And Lady Gaga says that she barely knows her, even though they wrote 13 songs together. I'm just saying, from an outsider perspective, if you're working with someone and writing songs, yes, I can see what Lady Gaga is saying, oh, we don't know each other that well, but you would know, you know what I mean? Like, if you work with someone on music.
I think it's one way or another where you have that connection. It's kind of like you have that connection like John Lennon and Paul McCartney, where they just are in sync. Soul, mind, body, the whole thing. And then it's not like I produce music, but you also get these people that are just like, it's kind of like Michael Jackson and Vincent Price when they did Thriller. Yeah. And when he's the creepy guy on that Thriller song and he's like this known actor. And apparently he just went to the studio, just did it and walked off. So you get two different dynamics, I would say, in each person. Yeah. But it seems like it's interesting when you read a couple of articles. One are just like their best friend, of course, the press. They're best friends. They're really close. They're this, that, and everything. But at the end of the day, like the mother has the right to go and be like, I want the music that. But as well, like Lady Gaga's name is attached to it. It got I don't actually know who won though. Did she eventually get the music? I don't think so. And she created Fame. That was Lady Gaga's first album.
Well, the biggest thing that my friend likes to say in terms of the Illuminati and why Lady Gaga is involved in Illuminati is because often the Illuminati, you have to sacrifice someone in order to get what you want. So the fame and the recognition, and for them to promote you, and give you money. So basically,
like imagine if we do really well in our lives and people start accusing us of this.
What, the Illuminati?
All of it. Like, you've sold your soul. You know, these like stories where who knows, it could be true, could not be. But imagine if you're not doing it, you're actually succeeding and doing well, and people are just like, oh no, we can't actually hang out with her anymore. Who knows what she's affiliated with? And you're just like, what the fuck are you on about? Can you imagine? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think that she killed her friend?
Who knows? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
My friend's so adamant.
Yeah. Tell him.
He's like, she killed him. She's part of the Illuminati. It's why she uses all that religious iconography, you know, in terms of serpents, in terms of symbols and everything. It's almost to, what's the word? Basically, you know how she calls her fans little monsters? It's basically doing all the stuff that is part of the Illuminati, Satan's work, as he puts it. And I can see how people come to those realizations, like those assumptions, I guess would be more the word. Because you're assuming,
it's another world that we don't know, isn't it? Yeah. Like fame is that other place where it's so far from our reality that you can just come up with anything.
And it's like, did she just hit success, or is it like he said, is the music industry got a dark little, you know, thing going on where people do have to do things in order to become famous.
Who knows? This has been going on for centuries, not even decades of speculation. But it's interesting, like I found a lot of, with my article, the conspiracy theories where when she had passed away, it just became this massive thing. And when you become like a certain level with anything in life, there's people gunning to find failure in you. And basically one was, so the conspiracy, so they had history together, 10 to 11 songs. Okay, theory number 1. Lady Gaga is holding Morgana's soul. So in a since deleted interview, apparently, of Morgana's, so Lina's mother, Lady Gaga is holding Lina's soul and I want her soul to be free. She also said that Gaga always talks about having a dark past. However, Gaga had everything wanted in the world and Lina apparently had the troubled past. But how would she know unless she sat down with Lady Gaga in order to figure it out? That was one. Another one was, Lady Gaga murdered Morgana, and then that ties into the Illuminati, and then Lady Gaga sold her soul for Satan. Lady Gaga is in a satanic cult. Yeah. And it just goes on and on. Like, there's so many theories, and it just goes on and on. Like,
yeah, so it was Rob Farazi, who's worked with Beyonce, Will Smith, Lina Morgana, who was a child of recently divorced Russian immigrants who was looking to launch a career in the music industry. To write her material, he brought in Lady Gaga, Stephanie
Notta, yeah.
A privileged Manhattanite who began studying school at New York City's True School of Arts when she was just 17. And Farazi first met her when he was trying to put together a female version of the Strokes. They wrote and recorded a dozen songs. None were released commercially, though the song Wonderland with backup vocals by Lady Gaga was leaked onto YouTube and then removed. All would later become Gaga's staples were some of the things that Morgana's shot videos and began posting publicity stills, including lingerie, outlandish wigs, platform shoes, all which would later become Lady Gaga's staples. A lot of people say that Lady Gaga was morphing into her. We don't know which the dozen songs were and whether Lady Gaga used them.
Who knows?
Wouldn't that be pretty fucked up? Listen to this. If the Fame, how many songs is on Fame?
10. Just standard.
Is it? Let's go. The Sun Studio.
Imagine a Just Dance. Like, we'll start with like a record breaker there. Like, imagine
if some of the songs, there's actually 15 songs on here. So this is what it says. Just Dance, Love Game, Paparazzi, Poker Face, Nothing Else I Can Say, Beautiful, Dirty, Rich, The Fame, Money Honey, Starstruck, Boys, 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 Paper Gangster, Brown Eyes, I Like It Rough, Summer Boy, and Disco Heaven. There you go.
Who knows?
What would you say? Do you reckon that I think personally, just say we collaborated, you passed away, would you say that because I was making work for you,
no,
that
it sounds like an extreme?
Yeah, I know, and that's like the biggest thing.
But that's the thing. Like, imagine if it is true.
Sorry.
Who knows?
At the same
time, we can see like Lady Gaga now and what she has done and how she's pushed and thrived and all of that.
And to be honest, who's not to say that this young girl did have a big impact on who she would become, because she passed away suddenly. So
people come into our lives at certain points, and maybe that stimulated her creativity in order to become.
And she was like, oh yeah, she's doing this.
And it was just like she couldn't take like the, attention was now directed onto Lady Gaga.
And to be honest with you, it's just like you meet people, and I think like we mirror.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a natural phenomenon in psychology is that you start mirroring people. So if someone smiles, you often will start smiling back because we mirror each other. Who's to say that within her time of like, recording with her, watching what she was wearing and whatnot, she started going, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like I would like to explore that. Yeah.
We all do. It's like you see someone on TV and you're just like, God damn, and then you start doing. It's just perfectly natural.
Yeah.
As to all of that, like,
who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, it was 2008.
Yeah.
I don't know, but. Love Lady Gaga.
I think though, like at the end of the day, I think it's a bit disrespectful that the record company didn't give that solitude to the mum.
Yeah, they're just all about the money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, to be honest with you, if Lady Gaga did co-write a song and she used it on that album, I don't see a problem with it. Because
I don't see a problem with it either.
It was 50-50.
Unless there was, who knows if there was a personal discussion. Yeah, if there was a personal discussion that you would
and then used it, that's wrong.
If there was a personal discussion, which only they would know, that that the song should go to the other. Yeah. Who knows? And on top of that, how much power do these producers and everything have over the actual artist?
That's always...
So they would have been like, no, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do the way that makes them more money. And so they would have taken everything. Who knows? Yeah. But it's interesting that there's no new articles about this. It's kind of over time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if Lady Gaga keeps skyrocketing, which is what she's doing, like people dig up crap.
The House of Gucci.
Yeah, they just dig up crap like... Not saying that this is crap, but they just dig up everything in order to use against.
I heard that Lady Gaga and Lana Del Rey have beef.
Who knows? Like again, like they can write all they want until someone verify. You need someone to verify it online in an interview. It's kind of like Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. It was just. Women, the media loves plotting women against women. True? So, you hardly see men in that position.
So basically, So Legit is an unreleased song by Lana Del Rey. It was written and recorded in 2009 or 2010, and the track leaked in 2013 in July. The lyric is about a label mate and singer Lady Gaga. In the song, Del Rey addresses Gaga by her real name and says she sucks, amongst other insults towards her. When the song track leaked, it caused controversy on websites such as HuffPost and That Grape Juice, calling a Lady Gaga diss track. Lana was asked about the song and its context in a Rolling Stone interview back in July 16, 2014. According to the interview, Del Rey never met Lady Gaga, although they were in the same downtown scene. Her manager, Bob Leone, was a confidant of mine, and he gave me a 2-month scholarship to a songwriting class and put me on a list on a Monday night lineups at the Cutting Room. We played a couple shows together, but we never met. When asked about the song, responded, "That was a misunderstanding." She laughed after the interviewer inferred that maybe the song was not to be heard by anyone. The original file is called So Legit. So basically, Stefani, you suck. I know you're selling 20 million. Wish they could have seen you when we booed you off in Williamsburg. You're hurt? I know my words don't hurt ya. Who knows? That's pretty personal. And apparently she did play in... They played in Williamsburg.
It's kind of like that thing like Eminem as well. I love Eminem. But then he says a lot of shit. Like, people say shit in order to get the... Who knows if they're probably sitting back and was like, okay, I'll give you permission to do this in your song, and this is going to boost both of our reputations up.
Yeah. What happened to Brooklyn? What happened to our scene, baby? Have we all gone gaga crazy? Remember when the streets used to be dangerous, and we were born bad, and we were born bad? Who knows, though? Like, she's saying that she didn't diss her, but maybe, you know, when you just lie, like, yeah.
Who cares if they diss you as well? Like, whatever. I'm still getting my money.
And also, other people go, Lady Gaga. Maybe that's what the song is about, and it's actually just Stephanie was a rhyme to, you know, the next lyric.
Yeah. Or maybe she was like, I can use this. Who knows?
Who knows?
But tragic about Lina.
Yeah.
Tragic. You wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No, you wouldn't. And it's sad for the mum.
Yeah, it's very sad for the mum. It's just, it's a crazy world out there.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful of who you associate with, clearly.
I think also as well, if you're feeling like you need support or anything, reach out to obviously Lifeline and all those kind of ones.
Yeah. Google. Beyond Blue. Yeah. There's always someone willing to have a listen and a talk.
Yeah.
It's very important to speak your piece because it's not stupid. It's not that mentality of it's not valid, no one cares. No, people do care. And you might actually help someone else by speaking out. They'll be like, oh, I've been through something similar. What have you done in order to help your situation? Yep. But it's an absolute scorcher in Melbourne, I can tell you that much.
Pretty warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up there. It's the summer that will never end. But this is the proper summer, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I think she did diss her. And then just lied about it in the interview, being like, no, I'm not going to go into
I did
this.
nothing. I did nothing. Oh dear. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this deep dive with the lovely James. Doesn't he look amazing in a flush little pink shirt?
Oh,
it actually,
don't you look so nice in yours?
It actually does look really nice.
Oh, thanks.
I approve.
Oh, is it my colour?
Perfect. Huh?
Is it my
it's
colour?
your colour.
Look nice.
Oh, thank you, James. Thank you
nice.
very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.